Welcome back to the Comic Book ASM Artist. Today we're doing a unboxing video here of Doug TenNapel's newest campaign that just got shipped out. This is for Earthworm Jim, and if you can't tell, this is actually the box that it was shipped in. So Doug did a custom image all over the entire box here. And I did already go through everything, and I've read the book and everything already, but I just want to show off everything that I got, and then we're gonna do a little something special with one of the objects inside of it. But first we gotta turn it around here. So, before I note anything else any further here, we see the prompt here. Doug TenNapel has done incredible crowdfunders here. This is his fourth campaign he's done, his second on Indiegogo. You do not want to miss the care and value that Doug puts into his campaign. So make sure to go to earthwormjim.com, get on the mailing list. Real quick sidebar, I want to show you. I did a previous video on these. I'll leave a link below. It's a whispered review, but this was his last campaign. Bigfoot Bill. And then I was fortunate enough to find these at Half Price Books. They had them in their collector's case, and I was able to get them on sale together, the set of them, for $70. But these are usually, if you try to find them now, $200 a piece. But yeah, same type of carry. It's got gold gild on here, and you know, it's a nice hardbound thing that looks beautiful. And find right here. He signed the front of them, although now it's most of the campaigns he does now, it's another tier where he'll sign the books, but it's also his full name, so that's cool, because the previous one I just got his last name signed. But I'll be doing more videos of Doug's other stuff as I continue to get it, because he's really an artist I enjoy. He's been doing this for a while, but I've only just become aware of him. I knew of Earthworm Jim and everything, but didn't know of Doug until his Bigfoot Bill campaign. And since Doug is watching some of the review videos, I told my kids that, and my oldest wanted to draw a picture of Earthworm Jim. This is my son Sean Campbell's drawing, and he really took his time, and he was really happy with how it came out. So Doug, if you're watching, I hope you enjoy seeing that. But let's get on to the rest of this stuff here. So I got a higher up tier for mine, but even the basic tier, the $25 tier, came with all this amazing stuff here. So we got a few packs of cards here. 2 packs of cards, and I think there's 6 in each, I forget, and then this one has 4, and they're like unique items. And I'll go through these as well. Got a nice Earthworm Jim patch, which if you backed Bigfoot Bill, you have a nice companion patch. And you know, these are quality stitched and everything, multicolored. They're gonna hold up. He packed in a 24-page, this is a full-length regular comic, but this is a teaser for a Bigfoot Bill 2. And you know, it's got a glossy cover on it here, and shiny pages inside, and this picks right up where Bigfoot Bill 1 left off. And I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I read everything already, so I'll be able to give you all more insight into what I thought about everything, the actual story and stuff like that. Next item here, these were actually supposed to be in the higher up tier. There's like, I think it was like the collector tier. It had his signature in the books, and then you got these 3 prints, but I didn't back the signature tier, so this was an additional 20 for the one that included these. But Doug was just nice enough to pack him in, and he did this for everyone who backed this campaign, and these are all done by different artists. I can't remember who did them all off the top of my head. I know this one, I believe, is Mike Kolish or something like that. Can't remember his name, but he's like the one who did the actual box art and everything. Just a really great artist. And then there was this massive poster. This is huge. I can't even show it all on camera. So this is like the top half of the poster here. And I believe Alejandro Mirabal did the art on this, if I remember. Maybe I see a different signature there, so I'm wrong, but I don't know who did this one. And then it's double-sided. It has an image of a cow. You can see part of it here. There's 2 cows, actually. But this image was from one of the creators' private collection. And it's in one of the books, too, that I'll show you. And then there's this fun little papercraft here that I'm actually, if you stick around, I'm going to try to cut this out and make it, and hopefully it goes well. I'm not too great at doing these, but I did go ahead and pre-box cut all of the things that needed it, so hopefully it'll work. But either you'll see a successful product at the end, or you'll see my stunning failure, so see what happens. As I was wrapping up, I realized I hadn't shown you all the cards here, so I'll go through these quickly. He had a set he made. I think there's 100 cards in the whole thing or something. But, so here's the cards I got here. And there's just a wide assortment of different things you could get. Different original art things, concept art. Nice fun Jim sticker in his underpants there. And then the backs of some of them have puzzle pieces. There's another, puzzle piece there. And then some of them have cheat codes for the original game on them. And then there's a Facebook group where you can check out some of the cards being showcased. I think someone posted a video of all theirs. There's links with like the checklist that I posted on there and stuff. So here's a sticker of Princess What's Her Name. Some more Kolish art there. Trivia. Another puzzle piece. And there's some like RPG stats as well. And then this was the set, a little pack just for the campaign here. So you get a fun lenticular here of Jim getting beamed in the face with a sandwich. Nice nice foil card of Princess What's-Her-Name. And a temporary tattoo. Alright, well that's it. Let's get back to the rest of the video here. So next, this was for the basically the tier I got was the making of Earthworm Jim, which is this, and then the book itself. And this was 50, my tier I got. But as you'll see, Doug does not cut corners here. See, we have a spot gloss. It's debossed here, and we got embossed. We got I forget if it's I forget what they call the actual shiny part in there. I know it's something basic, but I just blanked on it. Same thing with the spine too. And then the edges are gilded silver. Back's got some debossing there. He put a shine on his signature inside. Well, that's a manufacturer one, like it's from the printer, but it's still really cool. And like I said, I already have his signature, so not too worried about it. But this book actually is the entire history of Earthworm Jim. It's not just about the comic and just Doug stuff, but it goes through and they interview all of the creators here, as you'll see. And it's just a really good, informative piece of work. It's a time capsule, and some stuff is remembered differently by some people. And there's all sorts of great stuff in there. So if you have any interest in Earthworm Jim, hopefully you didn't miss this, but you can find a few of these on eBay. He will do another campaign because this is a 3-part series, but you know, he's doing a Bigfoot Bill 2 is his next book. Here's that image, by the way. This is from David Perry's collection here. But like his next printing of Bigfoot Bill is gonna have he's gonna have the second one, but he's gonna re-offer Bigfoot Bill 1 with 10 additional pages. So when you get his first campaign, you get you know, it's the first printing, so it's always gonna be the most collectible version and stuff. So this is the book, and I'll go through it a little more as we continue here. I'm just trying to get everything out of the box here. So here is the main event that you all clicked on the video in the first place. But like I said, he is all about the experience, even before the book ever came. Even though like this is my book that I got for me and everything, my kids were super excited and eagerly awaiting this as I was. So same care, like I said, we see the spot gloss on there. We have a matte finish. We have the foiling, I guess it's red foil here. This is all puffy as well. Sides done up. This is gilded gold on it. The inside of here, some shiny stuff there. He is all about presentation. There's this little random pull-out page here. The little sight gag with some fun dialogue from some crows there. There is Doug's handwriting here. There's even a glow-in-the-dark message here. Trying to remember what it said. Thank you for believing or being a fan. You know what? I'm a big fan of you. And so this is all a glow-in-the-dark Jim there and everything. So, a lot of fun. And he just really put a lot of work into this. And I'll leave a link to his YouTube too. So what he does on his channel is he streams when he's working on his books. He usually streams once a day for about an hour, sometimes a little less. And it's pretty much every day. Sometimes it's not. It's usually more on the weekdays than the weekends. But Doug is always working on perfecting his craft. He is actively always doing something. He is a cartoonist and a storyteller before everything else. And so he has been working tirelessly on this stuff. This is his 19th book, which is amazing. And he put out 2 books this year. He put out Bigfoot Bill at the beginning. Well, that's when the campaign was. I believe I got it maybe around summer or before, a little before summer. I can't remember. But and then he did this one, and then he did something unique with this. If you'll see, it looks kind of painted and stuff. He had some great colors here, but he went ahead and he did like an ink wash on all the pages, and then they digitally kind of blended everything together. But he did an extra thing to give this like a different look and feel than even Bigfoot Bill had. And so, yeah, the book is just a lot of fun. It is the first part of a 3-part thing, so it's going to continue. There will be another campaign, but like I said, you want to get in on the first one. There's no guarantee that, the second one's going to meet all the crazy stretches and all that stuff. Or the reprinting it's not going to be as over the top, maybe, or maybe it will. Doug is a showman. I've never seen. I think the Bigfoot Bill reprint of the first volume will be the first time I've actually seen his work where he actively himself has done a reprinting. So we'll see how that goes. He wants to have the incentive with those 10 extra pages, and he's going to combine the making of Bigfoot Bill in that book as well. So people who missed out on that will have a chance for it. But this was just a really fun read, definitely lots of nostalgia. You can definitely tell that, Doug continues to hone his craft as an artist and a storyteller, and it's just really enjoyable and funny. And the thing I love with all of Doug's stuff, I can read this and my kids will just sit beside me and read it and enjoy it right along with me. And that is not an experience that I often get to have with comics, because most of them are just really leaving kids behind. And Doug doesn't do that. He literally wants anyone and everyone to enjoy his stories. So thanks, Doug, for all the work that you put in. So I'm not going to show the whole book here. Just wanted to turn it a little bit. And like I said, this does continue. There's like stuff that it's a complete story here, but it ends on a waiver. You want to read the next one. So, and then just of course real comparison as I did previously. Like, this is what his standard stuff he was able to put out through Scholastic was. You see, it's this little small thing, this paperback here. It's still Doug's art, which is great, but you see how much smaller it is and everything, and it's just the paperback and stuff, which I still enjoy it. It's still great, but you just get so much more for your buck here. This is like a true piece of art, You can just see, look at all the surface area here and stuff, and look at that. It's like twice as big, and then, way more impressive with all the extra bells and whistles on it. And then, of course, I have to brag. Since I bought Bigfoot Bill, I have gone back. I'm halfway to collecting what he's done. So I've been reading and enjoying it. Just really, I would say Doug has been the creator that I have really gotten the most entertainment out of this year. And so I really appreciate all the work he's done. And like I said, I've got half of his stuff here. Hopefully we'll have the other half within the early next year. I should hopefully have everything. Like I said, he did like 19 books, so I'm missing 8 of them. And I like all these here. And then he even did a story in the Flight anthology here with this little guy here called Solomon Fix. Appropriately, there's a coupon as a bookmark. He does a little gag where the guy's doing price comparison here with a coupon that I just love. He wants to be budget conscious, so he sees a cheap butter, but then he sees this expensive butter, but he searches for a coupon. And it takes 50 cents off, but it still is like way more than the other brand. But since he has a coupon, he's all excited and uses it. So, just a fun little story in there. So, yeah, let's look at the making of Jim here. And yeah, we're greeted by some nice pictures there. And his making of books are great too, and they have a lot of. This is the Mike Kolish art, I believe. I could be butchering the pronunciation of his name there, but there's Doug working there. But yeah, there's the whole shiny team, and this is a recent picture here. I think Doug has stepped back in the photo. I know he's a very tall guy, but I know I'm reading, and a couple of the other guys he said were pretty tall too, but I'm not sure. But yeah, this goes through the history of the whole character here. So we see like early concept work here. We see this is the ink wash I was talking about. So he went in and he did this to it. And then Catherine went back and colored over it just exceptionally well. And then you see that timeline of all of Doug's books in here too. And then apparently Evil the Cat was his first like illustrated character there that was published, I guess. So fun little thing there. And a lot of the stuff he previously worked on I love too. I absolutely loved, even to this day, the Jurassic Park on Genesis. It's super realistic. And we talked about how the T-Rex in there, it looks really cool. It was actually like a puppet rig that they had for that I'm not sure if he said they scanned it in or whatever, but I know they had like an actual T-Rex head they used on site. And then stuff you receive Vector Man and everything, and it goes through everyone's like path, not just Doug's, even though a lot of this stuff here is showing Doug's. But so you see some of the other stuff here, and then this continues on. And I have a lot of his later stuff. I don't have Creature Tech. I really want to get it. Black Cherry, I hear, is like a more mature book of his. But I've read Iron West and Earthworm Jacobus, and all of those were great. I was surprised. Like, I read Earthboy Jacobus really fast, even though I think it's probably one of his longest stories he's done. But I just really enjoyed it. It was really unique. More stuff we see: Rat Fist and Power Up. Ghostopolis is supposed to be. It was on the list of like 100 greatest graphic novels of all time. Got Monster Zoo. That was really fun. I have the second part of Newts. I haven't read it though because I have to read the first part. I found this somewhere, and so like I had that one, but I still need to get the other. So I am just patiently ignoring it until I get the first one on my shelf. But yeah, this is everything here. So, and then it goes through all the characters that we know and love. You see tons of great artwork here. Different iterations. And then, like I said, I don't know if I've said it on my action figure video, but I had the Earthworm Jim figures too. I gave them to my kids, but they decided not to take care of them very well. So I've got to reacquire those. Yeah, there's another picture of that cover of Evil. I think we see lots of Mike Kolish art there. I gotta make sure that's the man's name. I don't want to keep butchering it here. Hold on. But I don't want to show off the whole book either. But I'll skip to the, well, I guess it's not really skipping, but there's some more art from him. But yeah, everyone on the team is here. They interviewed every person. Although one of the members had, he was in a snowboarding accident and died. But they did talk about him in here too. It was this guy's best friend here. Dave Perry, he's a big one a lot of people know, as well as Tommy Tallarico. So yeah, Mike Kolish, I believe that's how you say his name. If it's not, I'm sorry. But he's definitely, you know, one of the people that, when you think of Earthworm Jim, you think of, you know, the game art and the magazine covers and stuff. But Doug did create the character, so really cool. Definitely his most famous. Hopefully Bigfoot Bill will continue on in the same vein that Earthworm did. And then we see Andy Astor. There's a level in Earthworm Jim called Andy Asteroids, and that's named in homage of Andy here. So, little inside baseball for you. And then all these pictures here were done by Dave Perry. So, and then we see more concepts here. I don't want to show the whole book, but yeah, just really good stuff. Can't recommend it enough. So check out his, I think it's earthwormjim.com. Let me double check. Yep, and I'll leave a link to that below too. I'll have a ton of links for Doug's stuff below, so go check it out and discover him if you haven't. He's a great artist. He needs tons and tons of supporters, man. He's really treating us to some of the best work of his life, and so I would love to have more of you on board to be able to read this thing and support a great artist. So next I will attempt to try to do this papercraft here. Like I said, I'm not very good at this sort of stuff, but I will do what I can here, and hopefully we'll have a cool little product at the end. So that's what I'm going to work on now. I do want to brag a second too. I was able to get there was a limited release 18-inch Adam West Batman Funko that came out. There's only 700 of these made, and it's released on this past Thursday. 700 made, and the Funko HQ only got 10 of them, and then I don't know what the Hollywood store got, but highly collectible, and I was able to get one of them. I was number 5 in line, and I'll throw a picture of me with it up on the screen here. And I don't know if I'll keep it or not. The whole point of it, basically, it's a pricey item since it's a giant pop. It does run in like the $100 range to just even buy the thing. But the resale market is pretty good from what I hear, and it's a really limited item. So the only reason my wife was like, go ahead and pick it up, was so that we could resell it and make a profit off it, even though You know, I do love Batman and everything like that. So, it's cool to have it. I know it'll continue to skyrocket in value. I don't know how long I'll be able to hold on to it, though. And we're always just kind of financially on the fence, unfortunately. So, we'll see what happens with it. But I was really lucky too. I basically only waited an hour for it, and no one else. Well, like I said, I was fifth in line. The people in front of me had waited since I think 7:30 in the morning for this thing, and I just showed up at like I think around 10 or so. So I only waited like an hour outside in the cold, and I was able to pick it up. And I didn't know like they were gonna have that few of them at the HQ, so I was really lucky because I was expecting there to be like 100 on site or something, not 10. And I guess like even the online store for it, basically one of the people in the line was trying to get one through the store as well, like online, and the thing sold out in like 20 seconds. So pretty cool that I was able to snag that, and all I had to do was just show up and wait an hour. And it was an item that I actually really like, because sometimes some of the pops are really obscure and stuff, and you're just like, why do we need a toy of this? But Adam West Batman is definitely an iteration I enjoyed as a kid, and it was the only screen form of Batman for the longest time for a lot of people, for the whole success of the Tim Burton Batman and stuff. Even though there's a couple cartoons and stuff like that before, and but you know what I mean, like 1989 Batman was the beginning of what you see now, just like the fandom, the crazy huge amounts of people who know and love Batman. So I apologize if this goes in and out of frame here. I'm really just intent on trying to get the thing made, and not so much staying on camera with it. So if it ever disappears, know that I'm working on it here. It's just off screen. Like I said, I don't know how well this is going to turn out or not, but it's worth a shot, right? So I hope you all had a good week here and are enjoying the Christmas season. Getting some last minute items and stuff like that. I think we're all set on ours. I'm probably going to try to use some tape on this. Here's the body. Hope you're enjoying the paper and scissors sounds here. And then I just took my vacation here, so currently I'm going to be off from my full-time job until January 2nd is when I go back. So some nice time with the family here and, enjoy the holiday. Hopefully I will be able to get a few more videos out, but we'll see how it goes. I can't make any promises, The channel's in a tough spot with the subscribers right now. I basically keep gaining, and I'll gain a subscriber and then lose a subscriber. Like each day it'll just go up and down. Just really frustrating, so don't quite know what to do with it. I try not to get discouraged by it, But of course we want to be accepted. So I'll be like, oh, why did that person unsub, Just one of those things. Little insecurities, Same thing as I continue to, work on making the bowl and stuff. Like I get worried about having it be bigger and better. But it is a process, Alright, we got one arm on. Yeah, I will probably go back and tape these. But I know tape tends to make a little bit too harsh of a noise for relaxation, so try my best to stay away from it. And I hate being super precise here too, if you can't tell. And I'm left-handed, and I always use the right-handed scissors, because that's just always, the way you were taught in school. They didn't adapt it to whatever hand you use, But you never really think about it, but I do things like this, it definitely makes my hand ache a little bit. Same thing with getting like pencil smudges on your hand from your notebook and stuff, and having the wires get in the way. I think the head will honestly be the toughest part of this. That's why I'm doing it last, if you can't tell. You're supposed to be able to put the blaster in there. I don't know if I'll be able to because of this chunk here when I had to score it there. Almost there. And then there's a site where you can go to check out more of these if you want to do some more. That's the site right there. So if this looks like fun to you, you can print them off, I believe, for free and just do your own. You can even make your own too. Like design your own rather. I wonder what one of the bull would look like. I think the horns would make it hard. So yeah, the blaster doesn't seem to want to stay. I wonder how many other people have actually gone ahead and made this little papercraft. I know that there's going to be one with Brian Shearer's book too. He's one of Doug's friends. His is called Gunship Thunder Punch. It's like a robot story, because the guy has worked on Transformers and stuff previously. So he really knows his way around drawing robots. So I'll leave a link to that too. I don't think his campaign is closed yet. And then there's another one by another friend of his. Doug is doing the writing for it, but the artist is Elliot Fernandez, and that's for Doom Kicker is the name of it. So Doug wrote it, but Elliot is drawing it. And I'll leave a link to that too, because why not? Alright, well, here it is completed. Not too bad. I'm probably going to go back and try to tape things down or, press the corners harder. But here's our fun little paper craft here. Make sure to click all the links. Support Doug and his friends here. And you all have a super slumber. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday. Thanks so much. Bye.